tastes so good. Yes. It's cranberry juice again. Anyway, I'm on holiday, so I can do whatever I want. Hello vinyl community, and hello Joachim. Today's video is like I could say a contest video for a new founder on the vinyl community. A guy called Joachim, and he runs the channel MiddleLifeCrisisRants. He's from the same decade as myself, from the 70s, and he's a Portuguese. I think he lives in the States at the moment, and he's a punk rocker from soul and deep in his heart, and he has an awesome collection. So if you're into punk, check him up, because you get a lot of recommendations of good stuff there. And he is running a little bit of a celebration contest, and he wants us to follow 3 rules. Keep the videos short, I think 15 to 17 minutes, I think he put it. He wants us to show something unexpected, like not a guilty pleasure, but unexpected. And he wants us to tell our musical story, our passion for the music. And I will do that for you Joachim, of course, because I like you and I like to do this. And this is a good opportunity to tell the story. I will start with the unexpected, and I will show this. Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. Yes, a hip-hop record in my collection. That was unexpected. Yes, of course. But there's a little bit of interesting story. Just around when this arrived, I can't even remember the year of it, but who cares? I was really deep into Kung Fu and martial arts. I don't know, I got a hiccup, and I saw a few Bruce Lee movies, and I got so stuck, and it has been living for me. And then an opportunity arrived that I could obtain some really Asian martial arts movies, and I started to buy shitloads of movies, and I just dig them, because it's, yeah, you get the martial arts, you get the action, but you get so much comedy in it. So it was kind of fun to both watch and learn more about it. And it was a period in my life that I did that. I don't do that anymore, but it was fun. And because they are talking about Shaolin, so I thought, yeah, maybe this can have some kind of connection to the movies that I was watching, but no, it didn't. But it's still kind of cool hip-hop record, and if you're into hip-hop, you'll probably love this. It's a filler in my collection. I can't remember when I played it, but still. So there you have it. And even if you probably mentioned that you like it, but let's say I do. Okay? Alright, to my story. I'm born in the 70s up north in a town called Haparanda. And Haparanda is pretty up north, but still close to the sea. And it's in the border between Sweden and Finland. And the town has a neighbor on the Finnish side called Tornio, and those 2 towns is almost grown together, so it's actually one town but in 2 countries. It's kind of interesting if you look at in that perspective. And but it's still pretty small, and it was pretty long way to get to the bigger cities to fetch records and stuff like that, but that's another story. But I grew up with a pretty decent musical family. They spin a lot of tango for my dad's side, and he loved Tapio Rautavaara, the Finnish actor, singer, sportsman, whatever. He was adoring him. So I got 1 record from him. And my mom was more to the Swedish side of the Finnish tango, if you say so, called dansband, and that is really boring stuff. I could dig the 70s a little bit, but it's not my kind of music. But she was also into Elvis Presley, and she like invited me to listen to Elvis Presley, and I got hooked because I thought this was totally different what she usually plays, and she was playing a lot of Elvis. And then she started bought music cassettes to me, and which I played in the car. And then she finally bought some records, and then I started to occupy her stereo, which wasn't so successfully, but still I was playing Elvis all the time. It ended up that she started to collect money and buy me a stereo. So the first one I got was those compact ones. It was a Sharp with a cassette player, radio, receiver, and a turntable. And the funny thing about this stereo was that you could actually play both sides on the record without flipping the record, because it has like a tone arm that go around. It's kind of cool, because you never had to pick it up if you fall asleep or forgot to turn the side. So that was kind of convenient. And this is actually a record that I got from my mom. Played it a lot, and still in decent condition. Still have the price tag. It was 29.50 in Swedish crown. That's like $2. About I was 11, I think. This is beginning of the 80s. I started to do a little bit of runner work for a video store. He was renting out movies, and you can have those video machine that you have in a bag that you can rent. But he also figured out that he can sell stuff on the post order, especially to the Finnish side. And I was his delivery guy. So I picked up some package, took my bike, went over the border and posted it. And he put up ads. It was like ads for grown-up movies, and he sold shitloads. So I did solo trip, and I started to get money for it. So the first thing I did with my money was to actually buy my own record. I bought this one, AC/DC Back in Black, and this record was actually the first one that I bought besides Elvis. And because I heard AC/DC on the radio, and I thought it was really interesting, and I need to have something, and I bought this one, and I was hooked, and I played it over and over and over again until I could afford to buy the next record. And then I went a little bit harder. Remember, I'm still young. I bought this one, Mötley Crüe, Too Fast for Love. And the tune A Live Wire. This record was kind of funny because I, together with my friend, I was very creative artistly. I still paint and stuff like that. So I created guitars with tennis rackets, and I made them to look like guitars. I used Nicky Six bass as a shape, and then I did Schenker from Accepts the Flying V, and put up a band with those together with my friends. And I think I'm 11, 12 years, 12 maybe, and we put up a concert for our parents. Was not so successfully, because when we played this for our grown-ups, we got pretty bad, and I was not allowed to play with my friends anymore. for a long time. But that was a fun experience to play air guitar with tennis rackets. And here is another one from that time. Probably my favorite Kiss albums to this date. This was the first one I bought. It's really, really cool. This beginning of date is 82. And after this period, a lot of rock albums entered my collection. It started to grow, and the passion grows, and I started to look a little bit abroad. And I think the first a little bit punkier record I bought was actually this, The Clash and The London Calling. I'm not really certain of the date, but I think it could be 83 maybe, or 82, around there. And I got love with this because mostly of the variety, as it's all over the place. You have reggae, ska, you know, all kinds. And this was really a like a guideline for what is going to happen in the future. We come to that. And then I had a little bit rants when you're going against the parents and starting to do whatever you want and trying to take a room in the society. And you know, when you had those stereos that was on batteries that you can put on your shoulder or with a handle, the boombox back in the days. And I had a gray one, really ugly, full of stickers, and I painted it blue. And I had a cassette with me, and I had the first tune was Accept Fast at the Shark, and the second one was God Save the Queen. And I took it to the school, and we had the musical hours, and I played the first tune. You know, remember Faster Shark starts with high D, high do, and then it goes total bananas. And I was not allowed to play that, so I fast forward to the next one, and it was God Save the Queen. And then the teacher threw me out from the lesson room, and I ended up with the principal. That was kind of fun time. And then I was, because of the revolting time, and then I found this band Exploited, kind of cool. Another tune that I have spun so many times. I really dig this. And after the punk period, it was kind of short one. I started to grown up, meet some girls, and hang around with friends, and then the military arrived, and you have to do it. And in the military, my bunk friend that we shared bed with, you know, you have those two ways bed, one in the bottom and one in the top, and he was in the top, and he was digging this record. And I'm only 18, and I never heard about it. Of course I heard a whole lot of love, but it never stuck because I was more to the punk and hard rock. But then he played this record over and over again, and it's just like a mosquito. It crawls up and then it bites you, and it got stuck. And then I bought my first Led Zeppelin record, and then I was freaking hooked forever, and I bought the rest of them. And then after that the story continues, and I'm all over the place nowadays, mostly thanks for the Clash, because it opened the doors to so many rooms, and nowadays I can listen to almost everything as long as it keeps a swing. And it has to be some kind of, it can be world music, it can be jazz, or it can be whatever. Still learning about classical. I'm not really there yet, but I love music, and the passion has grown to insanity because I have records everywhere. I've been squeezing them up now, and I just empty a storage, and I have them at my summer house, and it's like Christmas again when you can flip them through and find all the childhood games and play them again, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I love music, and I know you do. So I hope you enjoyed this and it was not too long, and I wish you a fantastic time. Keep the record spinning and continue the fabulous work with your channel. Give us more punk. Fridens.